afternoon, friends. My name is Piyush Bhai and welcome to Great Entrepreneurs. Friends, today I will be talking about a very amazing case study. Today I will be talking about the brand which has made its mark in every athlete's life. The brand which you had known because you are associated with any outdoor game. The brand which is so good that it is known for its marketing, and legendary companies like Apple take it for an example. Yes, today I will be talking about the legendary athletic shoe brand, athletic cloth brand, rather, Nike.
Take.
Nike was founded by Phil Knight in 1962. Phil Knight was a Stanford graduate. He introduced his idea the first time during his one of the business reviews in his final year. When he introduced this idea, everyone was laughing at him, saying that it's a very foolish idea. There are many big competitors like Adidas and Puma, and you cannot compete with them. Even his father also laughed at his idea. But this idea didn't came to Phil's mind just like that. He observed that German cars were replacing the German cars were being replaced by the Japanese cars. The German cameras were being replaced by the Japanese cameras. So the current shoes by Puma and Adidas can be replaced with the better options which were present in Japan. So Phil also thought that his idea is foolish, it won't work. But still, he gave it a chance and went to a hall which contained only Japanese businessmen. And in that hall, he pitched up his idea. He saw the faces of the Japanese businessmen and saw that they're all confused. They seem to be confused. So he thought that they also didn't like that idea. So he came down of that stage and started going out of the hall when he heard a sound. Wait! And when he looked back, there it was the owner of Onitsuka, which was a shoe brand and made tiger shoes, one of the best, one of the finest shoes of Japan. So Nike started his business journey as Blue Ribbon, his first company, and which started the foundation, which laid the foundation of Nike, was Blue Ribbon. And Blue Ribbon was merely a trading company which imported Japanese shoes from Onitsuka, and sold it in USA. And it was not known that it was very good. The shoes were very good, and he used to take out the shoes from his car trunk and would sell it in US, and had made a very good business. In nearly 6 months, he sold around 300 pairs of shoes. But the turning point in his life came when he reunited with one of his running coach, Bill Bowerman. Bill was much obsessed for shoes, and his obsession for shoes was seen that he always used to make new experiments with the shoes and used to make new tiers, and used to change the material, he always had the motive to reduce the weight. So I am sharing with you an incident which forced Phil to offer him partnership of his company. So one day Phil was in Japan. Phil went to Japan for some business dealings, and Bill was there training his students. And to make the shoes light, thin, Bill replaced the shoes material from leather to some skin of fish, which was extraordinary and which Phil had never seen a man so obsessed for shoes. So it forced Phil to offer partnership to Bill, and Bill was so good. Bill, because he knew that Bill will not refuse for this business partnership. Bill will never refuse for this business partnership. So Bill did not refuse.
चल start.
So Bill joined the company. He started this company. He joined Blue Ribbon and took Blue Ribbon to great heights. Bill was very linear, very obsessed towards making the shoes more light and giving comfort to these Olympians. Bill also introduced his new collection of shoes called Curds, and the Curds shoes were very light, and after many performance tests it was proved that the shoes were best for his new Olympians, the new Olympians who would be going for the next Olympics. So Phil sent that samples and the request of manufacturing those shoes to Onitsuka, and Onitsuka didn't refuse, and he agreed to make these shoes happen. So this was the way in which Bill Bowerman, who was the coach of Phil, the former running coach of Phil, made the young company reach great heights. So after that, Phil faced many difficulties. He faced difficulties such as Onitsuka understood that Phil is now pivoting from the trading business and going to start his new business with the name of Nike. Though he had not done much things, but he already had registered its trademark. So his trademark was already registered, and Onitsuka filed a case against Phil and Blue Ribbon that they are breaching some compliances of this company. But the court of law is equal for all. They were not divided in their rules, and so the court of law decided that Phil has done nothing wrong so as to breach the rules, breach the compliances with Onitsuka. So Phil was very grateful to the court of law, and not only they proved that Phil was right and Phil didn't do anything wrong, but the court of law also made the decision that Onitsuka would compensate $9 million. I mean it, $9 million to Phil. And this was a very good decision made by the government, made by the law rather. So what do we learn from this case study? What do we learn? I would summarize some more points, like in the starting days of Nike, Phil always obsessed. Phil was always obsessed to give his employees their personal space. He always gave full autonomy to his workers and their employees to do anything creative if they want. Though it would cost them a lot of money, but the idea which succeeds would take the company to the next level. He believed in this philosophy that don't tell your employees how to do, just tell them what to do and surprise them by the results. And this is what Phil did during the early days of Nike when he was deciding the name. The one who decided the name was one of his friends who decided the name Nike, which was inspired by the Greek god Nike. And Bill also had some personal connections with that Greek god somewhere in Europe, where he was very grateful to that god and got attracted towards him. So he thought this was a good name for his new athletics company. And Bill also, when told to his one of the graphic designers to make the logo you see, the Nike's logo is one of the sleekest logos. Apple, one thing which is common in Apple and Nike, their logos are one of the sleekest, and both Steve Jobs and Phil Knight were very creative. They thought about their marketing. They were very creative in their marketing, such as what Steve Jobs told in one of his interviews, where he was launching the Think Differently campaign, that he was inspired by Phil Knight, by Nike in this case. The most famous campaigns run by Phil Knight and Nike are Just Do It campaign, the Forever Winning and campaign. These are the most important and the most amazing campaigns done by Phil and there is also one of most very good interesting fact about Nike, that when they were building their own brand, they were not given the rights of endorsing. They were not the title sponsors of Olympics. The Olympics title sponsor was Adidas, but Nike had an exceptional growth during the athletics. The Olympics gave a headroom of growth to Nike. Though Nike was not a title sponsor, Nike didn't pay $500 million to the Olympics committee to make it to become the title sponsor. Still, it brought more revenue than Adidas, who had paid $500 million to the Olympics committee to become the title sponsor of the Olympics. So what Nike did was he launched the Find Greatness campaign, where he didn't depict any big Olympian, any big sportsperson who was in the Olympics, because they were not allowed to, but he introduced common schoolboys who were playing and running and showing their talent, and launched the Find Greatness campaign, which had the emotion, which connected with the emotion of finding greatness. And this is why this campaign was so a master blaster, a bumper launch, and it was so good that Nike, what happened during most of you have known, if you see the Think Greatness campaign, the Find Greatness campaign, you will notice that if I had been in the American space and if I had not known about Nike till then I would definitely go for Nike the next time I buy any athletic item. During another very popular endorsement which Nike made was to Rafael Nadal and to Roger Federer. One day, a Wimbledon match was being played between Rafael Nadal and Roger Federer, and it seemed that it is not a tennis match, but it is a 5-hour long Nike commercial. So good brand trust was made. When Nike entered the foreign markets like Europe, it entered through football, because football was more popular in Europe than any other sport. So Nike endorses 100 plus football clubs, and the most famous endorsements of Nike include Michael Jordan, after him, which is the Air Jordan shoes, Serena Williams, Roger Federer, Rafael Nadal, Tiger Woods, and the list continues. Thank you friends for watching this video. Please like, subscribe and comment down your views. Thank you.